Welcome or welcome back to Beauty Bees. I'm Iris and I am debuting my new, more copper toned hair with this video. I did it myself using a box dye. The frizziness is not because anything dried my hair out, it's because this is second day hair and it is very humid here today. I like it. I feel like it looks quite natural on me. There are some pieces that I missed, but it is close enough to my natural hair color that you can't really tell. Or maybe you can, in which case you don't need to let me know because I'm still planning on touching it up probably sometime next week. So I've had it for about a week. I like it. That's all we need to say. Let's move on to my I Want Pan project update. I hit pan on one eyeshadow in the past month. It is Luxie Glasswing, which is this pink with a strong green shift to it. It's really pretty. I quite enjoy working on these shifty Luxie eyeshadows. First, they are pretty easy to hit pan on because they are quite a powdery formula. You pick up a lot of product each time you dip your brush in. Additionally, I tend to use them as all over the lid shades, so they go fairly quickly. Also, they're just gorgeous. I love this really fun, shifty, dimensional type of formula. It makes a really complex, interesting looking eye look with very little effort on my part, which I am always on board with. So to hit pan on this as part of this project, I used this 6 times. It was not a new shadow when I brought it in. Don't worry about purchasing these and being done with them in like 20 uses. That's not going to be a problem. So really enjoyed working on this. Let's look at the other shadows that I've been working on. Just as a heads up, I think in next month's update, I'm probably going to do a little bit of a refresh. I'm feeling not super inspired by everything that's in this palette right now, but I'm not quite ready to pull the cord on these. So this is what I've been working on. So we have Luxie White Sands, which I have used 14 times. Limelight, which I have used 11 times. I really like this shade. I've been using it as a cheek highlight in addition to using it as an eyeshadow. We have Maze for Days from Luxie, which I just brought in the last video, and I have used it 2 times. Had to check that I had the right eyeshadow. Yep, I've used it twice. This is a really pretty yellow. This is a coral from ColourPop. I believe it's from one of their tie-dye palettes, the more peachy coral one. Anyway, I have used this 7 times. I have used the Viseart coral underneath it 4 times. Moving to column 3, we have this pink shade, which is Skyflower. I have used this 6 times. That doesn't seem right. I have definitely used it more than that. This has been in the project for a few months, and I think I used it at least 3 times in the past month. So I think I just don't remember to mark this. Here is another one that I know I don't always mark. This is Bonfire from Sydney Grace. I have used this 40 times, though I think this might be rolling out of the project next month. The reason that this has so much use on it is because for quite a while I was using this in my brows. I now need something a little bit more reddish in my brows, so this will probably not be sticking around, but we'll make that call next month. This really dark shade from Sydney Grace that I've just called dark on my thing, but is actually called Simplicity. I have used 3 times in the entirety of this project. I just convinced myself that I want to have a really dark shade in this project and then I don't actually use it. So that's where I'm at. This blue from ColourPop I have used 5 times. This purple is Luxie Dreamboat. I have used it 3 times that I've marked, but I'm sure it's been more because it was quite a new shade when I brought it in, and now it's looking pretty used. And this deep blue from Wet n Wild I have used 3 times. I just brought this in the last update, and I'm really hoping that I will have pan on this for the next update. It is pretty thin, and I've really been focusing my brush right in the center there. I'd really like to hit pan on this, and then I think I will probably declutter it from my collection. I'm just not wild about this shade anymore, but I want to hit pan before I declutter. I want to be really sure about that choice. So now let's get into the one shade that I am bringing in to replace Glasswing. This is another Wet n Wild shade. It's also from that Wet n Wild, I think it's a 32 pan palette that I had at the very beginning of my channel. I ended up decluttering that palette and repressing some of the shades that I really liked into these individual pans, and this is a very golden yellow, or a very yellow gold. Let's go with very yellow gold. There it is in a swatch. I think that'll be really fun for fall in particular, like September. I feel like this is a September shade. And let's compare quickly to Maze for Days. You can see that they aren't terribly similar. I mean, they are both yellow eyeshadows, but putting them next to each other, Maze for Days almost looks like a green, whereas the Wet n Wild looks like a very yellowy gold. So I don't worry too much about these competing with each other. They're probably not shades I would wear in the same look together, but they can coexist in this palette, and I don't think they're going to cannibalize each other's usage. So here is the palette that I will be working with this month. I feel like I should maybe do some rearranging. 1 second. All right, that's a little bit more pleasing. I just did some moving things around because having this yellow gold and with the reds just was throwing me off. This I feel is a lot more inspiring to me than it was previously. Maybe I won't completely redo this palette in the next video, but we'll see. There's a month between now and then. My mind could change another like 26 times on what I want to do. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed today's video. Please consider liking and subscribing if you did. Definitely let me know how your eyeshadow projects are going if you're doing any of them this year. I am always so intimidated by the people who choose to pan that palette and like actually succeed, or are actually really consistant about using it. Whether or not they actually finish the palette, sort of secondary to my intimidation. I don't think I could ever do that, but it's so fun to watch. Anyway, thanks again for watching, and I hope I see you guys next time. Bye!